Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Please reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing. Today, we're discussing part of a 2019 capsule collection from Breitling. So, a small series designed to be a special and limited run. That's what the capsule collection is at Breitling these days, and this was the airline series. This is the Breitling Navitimer B01 Chronograph TWA edition, so the colors of trans-world airlines from the middle of the 20th century, the period when the Breitling Navitimer was launched and came to prominence. Now, this is a large Navitimer, stainless steel, 43 millimeters in diameter. It's 14.3 millimeters thick and from lug to lug, 49 millimeters with a broad 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Throw it on the wrist and it looks good. Vintage aesthetic, sure, but with modern colors, as you wouldn't see this on a vintage watch, and modern size. It's big on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, which is why I'm going to say you probably want a wrist of at least 15 centimeters circumference in order to wear this. It's going to wear large. You really need to think of it as a watch that wears every one of its 43 millimeters. Taking a look at the strap, it is surprisingly substantial. This is a really thick cut of calfskin leather in medium brown. There's a contrasting binding stitch, a lot of bolstering to give it volume, a very deep sheer cut showing the layers of leather and profile. And then you can see calfskin on the bottom. It's a Breitling factory strap in excellent condition. Again, super robust. And it includes a twin trigger single fold deployant clasp of steel. Now you can see the twin triggers must be pressed to open this up. It's not friction fit, so you get an extra level of protection against deployment. Now there's a little polished bevel, and the rest of it is in satin finish. The case band is simple, as most vintage watches and vintage evocative watches are designed that way. The case is very narrow in profile, even though it has a large case back and bezel. The mid case is quite thin. The lugs are squared off on their end. There's a minimal amount of beveling on their side. Everything's of high polish. We have vintage-style pump pushers, a Breitling B logo on the crown, and then you can see that the outer knurling on the bezel is polished. The inner knurling is media blasted. It is a calculator bezel, so it's a logarithmic scale. It's a circular slide rule, generally used for multiplication and division, and it's quite simple to use. I'm not going to go too deep into this because I've discussed it in the past, but there are many online lessons to teach you how to use this. Now, the dial also includes applique indices, which are plated in rose gold to give it an upscale aesthetic. We have tone-on-tone registers, which is modern Breitling design language for in-house caliber. When you see a monotone dial, generally a customer caliber. Tone-on-tone with a chronograph, generally an in-house caliber. The Breitling B logo no longer features wings, even though this is an aviators themed watch. Breitling CEO Georges Kern wants you to think of Breitling as a land, sea, and air sports company, not just flight. Now we have Transworld Airlines white and red-orange. It is a red-orange coloration scheme. Let's do a quick loom shot so you can see. This watch is fairly well loomed, and we have on the reverse side a display case back in the old Transworld Airlines logo. The watch is 30 meters water resistant. It features the column wheel vertical clutch chronograph B01. It's an in-house automatic winding chronograph that's chronometer certified. It is hacking seconds and a quick set date, 47 joules, 8 beats per second, and it has wonderfully tactile column wheel action. You could see the hacking seconds. You could see the quick set date. And of course, it is both a chronograph and a chronometer. Reach out to tmosso@thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details of this Breitling Navitimer B01 Chronograph Transworld Airlines edition.